Hi everyone, my name is Amber. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Bookmas. So I don't actually know which Bookmas day we are on because I'm recording all of these in advance, or at least for the most part, but I will leave a link to my Bookmas playlist for 2021 down in the description below if you would like to go check out all of my other videos. I'm trying to post a video every single day up until Christmas to celebrate the Christmas season, and they're all going to be kind of like end of the year Christmas themed, so do subscribe if that is something that you think you might be interested in. Without further ado, let's get on to this video. So I have a problem and I have too many books. In 2022 I'm going to challenge myself to read a bunch of the books that I already own, and a lot of these books that I'm going to mention in this video are ones that I've been saying that I'm going to read for absolutely ages, and for one reason or another I've been putting them off. So I'm going to post this video and I'm going to use it to hold me accountable, and I'm going to read as many of these, actually no, I'm going to read all of them by the end of 2022, and I want to share them with you so you guys can encourage me and put me off if they're terrible, so I can just DNF them and unhaul them, because unhauling does count. I don't have to finish the book, I just have to have given it a good go. So there are 16 books here that I want to talk about today, and let's get into them. They're not in any particular order, they're just ones that I've accumulated and they're in whatever pile I could make. So first of all, we have 3 books that I'm going to be reading as part of a new kind of challenge video series that I'm going to be doing. Those are Wicked Lovely by Marissa Meyer, sorry. This is a fairy book from probably like 2007 or something. Eve by Anna Carey, which came out I think in about 2012, 2013. I can't remember what it is. I think it might be dystopian. 16 years after a deadly virus wiped out most of the Earth's population. Okay. It's not what I remember it being about. And Die For Me by Amy Plum. So these 3 books are all very old YA books, and I have a bunch of books like this on my shelf because I've been around the book blogging, booktubing community since 2010, and since then I have accumulated a lot of books. And as part of this new series that I want to do, I want to read 3 books, vlog about them and discuss whether or not I like them. I'm also going to tell you a bit about the booktube history behind them, I guess, as well, because I know a lot of people weren't actually around in 2010 online, in the book community at least, and you missed out on a lot of this hype. So Wicked Lovely was a huge hit back in the day. I'm going to find out why. So these are 3 of the books that I'm going to be prioritising as part of that series, and my first video on this should be up in January. Next, I've chosen The Valiant. So this is one that I bought for my birthday last year, and I still haven't read it, but I really want to. So this is historical fiction about a female gladiator, and that entices me, honestly. I absolutely adore ancient Roman history, ancient Greek history, all of the ancient stuff is very fascinating to me, and I really want to get into this trilogy. So next year will be the year for that. I'm very excited for this. I also want to read The Shining by Stephen King. So I read this once when I was younger, and I think I didn't really understand it. I'm fairly sure I started skim reading at one point, and I don't think I'm actually a fan of Stephen King. I'm so sorry, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. But I want to read some of his older stuff and some of his newer stuff to really get a feel for his writing and figure out whether or not I actually hate his writing or if it's just the books that I'm picking up. So I've read Soul by him, and I think I've read the one about the dog, and I've read Pet Sematary. So I really enjoyed Pet Sematary. Cell was also really good. The one about the dog I didn't enjoy so much. And since then I've really struggled to get into anything by Stephen King, so I'm going to try to reread or read this fully and see what I think of it. I've got a few other books on my shelf by him as well, so I've got a good selection. This is just the one that I want to prioritise and see how I feel about it. Then we have Malice by Gwynn. I've been saying that I'm going to read this series for years now, and I still haven't, but this one has been making the rounds on BookTube over the past couple of years, and people have been loving it, and it's a full series now, and he's now releasing more books in a new series. I don't think it's a related or spin-off series, so I want to check this out now that it's complete. It's a very chunky book, but I can do it. I think this might have some sort of elemental magic in it or something. Don't quote me on that, I might not be correct, but it sounds like something I would enjoy. Then we have The Secret Speech by Tom Rob Smith. As you can see, I did start this book, and this is actually the sequel to Child 44, which I loved, but then I really struggled to get into this one. I did buy the sequel to this one as well, the 3rd book, which is called Agent 6, and my friend who loved Child 44, I think on my recommendation, or she recommended it to me, but she didn't enjoy this one or the 3rd one, so I put it down. I really struggled to get into it, so I want to finally give it one more try, and then if I don't like it, DNF it and unhaul the other book. I can't see this being as good as Child 44, but hey, it might be. Now that I'm a bit older, maybe I'll feel differently about it. I don't remember getting this bookmark, but it's actually really nice. I'm also finally going to read Atonement, because this has been on several TBRs over the years, and everyone, especially one friend Alex, has been telling me that I will love it, and I keep meaning to read it, but I just haven't. So Atonement is definitely on my list for 2022, or so help me God. I'm going to read Gardens of the Moon, or at least I'm going to give it a go. So my partner is currently reading this series. I think he's on book 3 or 4 at the moment. It's a reread for him and he really enjoys them. So I've been meaning to try the first one for a while. I know that it's chunky, I know that it's very complicated to read, but I can handle it, that's fine. I feel like I'm fairly smart, so we'll see. I know that it contains some tropes that I really enjoy, and I'm hoping that the payoff, if I do continue reading this series and finish it, will be worth it. I'm also going to read We Hunt the Flame because this has been on TBRs of mine since it came out. I did start reading it with my friend Justine the first time, and neither of us could get into it, we weren't in the mood. And then I started reading it in, I think, October or September, and I was enjoying it that time, but then I ran out of time and I had too many other things to read because I had overbooked myself. So I'm going to give this a proper go in January or February and finally get it off my TBR shelf. I'm convinced that I'm going to love it, so I don't know why I haven't picked it up. It's just fantasy intimidates me sometimes. I'm also going to read Oathbringer Part 1. I'm not committing to Part 2 as well, just because I don't want to do that to myself, but Part 1 I'm definitely going to read, and then I do actually need to read the novella that comes before this. I can't remember the name of it. Is it Edge Dancer or is it the other one? Dawn Shard? I don't actually know. I think I have to read a novella before this, and I do own that, so that should probably have been in this video too. But either way, I want to read that and this. After finishing Words of Radiance, I am on a huge Stormlight kick, but I haven't picked this up yet because I want to save it for 2022, just because I don't want it to be over just yet, even though I know there are another book and another novella that I should be reading. It's not going to be over quite just yet, but I don't know, I get weird about books being over. I also really want to read The Blood Print. I've tried to read this before. I think I only read a chapter, but this one sounds really good. It's a fantasy book, and one of my all-time favourite authors loves this one. She has blurbed it. S.A. Chakraborty really enjoyed this trilogy. I don't know if it's a trilogy actually, or if it's a whole longer series. I'm not sure, but I'm very much looking forward to reading it in 2022. I'm also going to read The Stone Sky. I have hopefully, by the time you're watching this, already read The Obelisk Gate, or I'm in the middle of it because this video is going up mid-December, I think. Hopefully I've gotten my act together and I've read The Obelisk Gate, but I do want to finish off this trilogy in 2022 because I really enjoy it. I want to read City of Lies, which is my friend Justine's favourite book, or one of her favourite books. I don't know much about this one. It's called Poison War novel, so something to do with poisons. I think the main character might be like a poison tester or food taster or something for the royal family. It's chunky, but I'm convinced I'm going to enjoy it because Justine loved it, and I think it might be the first in a series. I can't quite remember, but this is the author's debut. I'm hoping or expecting really good things from it. I'm also going to read One Way, which I received an advanced reader's copy, and I keep trying to read it and I keep getting about 60 pages in. What page is that? 72 pages in, and I keep stopping. So I'm going to either finish it or DNF it once and for all, because there's absolutely no reason why I should keep it on my shelf if I'm not enjoying it. So this is one that I might not enjoy, but I'm going to make up my mind about it in 2022. And then finally, I'm going to read The Invisible Library, which was given to me by my friend Nikki, I think. Yeah, I think it was for my birthday or for Christmas or something maybe. I've got a post-it note that says Nikki on it, so I assume Nikki gave it to me. This one I think is a YA series, maybe. Quite long, but I know that Nikki and Kayla very much enjoy it, so I'm looking forward to reading it finally and carrying on with the series. I'm really in the mood for some fantasy series at the moment. This doesn't often happen to me, but I think it's because it's winter now and I'm kind of sitting in the doom and gloom. I'm literally sitting in the dark right now, but you can't really tell because of the window that's shining a bit of light on me. Yeah, I'm really in the mood for some fantasy series, so maybe that will be my theme for 2022, we'll see. So those are all the books that I'm hoping to read in 2022, or the ones that I'm prioritizing. There are definitely more on my shelf, and I might do a part 2 to this video later on in the year, depending on how I go with these ones. How many did I say there were? There were like 15 or something, and that's definitely doable if I read maybe like 2 a month or something. But I also have many other books that I want to read, including new releases, other books on my TBR shelf, and also books that I'm going to be bringing in because I'm doing a few different challenges in 2022, which I will talk about in another video. I think in terms of the books that I'm most excited for from this list, there are a few of them. Let me try and hold them up. So we've got the Valiant because it's ancient Rome. Love ancient Rome, like I keep saying. We have these 3 books because I'm not necessarily excited about the books themselves because I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy them, but I'm really excited about doing this new series because I think it'll be a really cool series to do on my channel because I am quite passionate about booktube and the community, and it's just something that I'd love to talk about. So talking about like the evolution of the booktube community or book blogging community, and talking about how the reading tastes have all changed and why I was excited about these in the first place, and finally getting to them as well because I've had these for like 10 years. The idea of that really excites me, so I'm really looking forward to reading those. There's also Atonement because I've been told that I will love this, and it's time that I finally get to it. We Hunt the Flame because I'm convinced I'm going to really enjoy it, and now is the time for me to get into it. And Oathbringer because I loved Words of Radiance so much and I need to get back into Brandon Sanderson's writing, and I don't like his YA books. So I need to read more of his adult stuff, and I cannot wait to get stuck into this one. Someone tell me which order I need to read them in, whether I need to do the novella first and then this and then the other novella, or if I need to do this and 2 novellas and then Rhythm of War. I'm not entirely sure, so I need some guidance. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you're all enjoying Bookmas so far. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this one, and I'll speak to you all again in my next video. Bye!